Tanks of the Pershing series were accepted into the U.S. service near the end of World War II. They were positioned as a new generation of vehicles based on a promising platform and a counter to German Panthers. In War Thunder, Pershing tanks are found at the mid-ranks of the American and Italian tech trees, and are usually played as highly versatile all-rounders. The M26 Pershing is very easy to pick up at any level of player experience. Its turret is well defended against the 75mm cannon of the Panther, the gun of the T-34-85, and all similar calibers in general. Be wary, though, that more powerful armaments can KO most of your crew in one go. Hull armor is sloped at favorable angles and as such can sometimes bounce pretty powerful shells, but doesn't really allow you to be reckless. The vehicle's 90mm gun has good depression and elevation angles, making it well suited for use on uneven terrain. Keep in mind, though, that M82 APC-BC shells can't penetrate the defenses of the Tiger II, the IS-3, and the Ferdinand, so aim for the barrel, or lure them into a bad position where you can hit them through their weak points. Basically, the only big flaw of the original Pershing is its low mobility. 500 horsepower is simply not enough for a tank that weighs 40 tons. The tank has a transmission with 6 forward gears and 2 reverse gears, which certainly helps, but this vehicle really struggles going uphill. Nevertheless, the M26 is a good fit for a player of any skill level, and is pretty decent at basically everything. Except for lightning-quick flanking attacks, that is. Experimental Pershings are considerably more specialized. Take a look at the T20 medium tank, one of the earliest prototypes of the series. Unlike the Sherman, it features a layout with a forward-mounted turret and is really fast in reverse. The tank is armed with a 76mm cannon. Granted, the gun is outdated, but it comes with a stabilizer, allowing the T20 to play the role of a close-range brawler. The T25 is yet another prototype, developed as a faster but less protected alternative to the M26. It's still not very mobile, but thanks to its reverse gearbox, it can move really quickly in reverse. Keep in mind, though, that due to its lighter armor arrangement, you have to be extra cautious when going around the battlefield. Even the T-34-85 is a serious threat to the T-25, so there is that. The T-26E5 was developed as an affordable, heavy assault upgrade for the original M26. Engineers worked on a very tight schedule, but we have to give credit where credit is due. The armor arrangement of the T-26E5 is very impressive. Even the gun of the mighty Tiger II doesn't have enough penetrating power to pierce it reliably, and the tank simply laughs at lesser guns. It has very few weak spots as well. Just a few small zones around the mantlet and on the turret roof, as well as the machine gun port. The T-26 also received better optics, making it more effective at medium range, but it's still armed with the same old gun. That's why you have to employ the same tactics as the Sherman Jumbo when facing King Tigers and other opponents in the same weight category. Wreck their barrels first. The T-26E1 Super Pershing is an up-armored and up-gunned version of the production M26. The new gun easily pierces the turret front of the Tiger II, the lower glacis of the Jagdtiger, and the mantlet of the Soviet T-54. But that doesn't mean that the tank isn't without flaws. The gun is very powerful indeed, but it takes ages to reload. You also have to keep in mind the specifics of the layout. Additional armor plates only cover so much, and an experienced tanker will quickly notice the remaining weak spots on the turret. Furthermore, add-on armor doesn't cover the outer edges of the lower glacis plate. That's why the Super Pershing is mostly used as an armored platform for destroying heavy vehicles. Finally, there are several Pershings that are mostly like the original, but also have a unique defining feature. For instance, the premium M26, apart from its 90mm gun, is also equipped with the T-99 rocket pods. That's 44 rockets to use against lightly armored targets. Another premium, a T26 variant armed with the T54 cannon, was an attempt to make the Pershing more viable in the post-war era. Stats-wise, its gun is very similar to the cannon of the Super Pershing, and the tank plays like a hybrid of the original vehicle and its heavier variant. The M26A1 found in the Italian tech tree is equipped with an improved gun of the same caliber as the one used by its regular counterpart, with punchier APC-BC rounds and an access to the M332 APCR, which is more powerful than the M304. We also have to mention the M4/T26 prototype, basically a T26 turret on the M4 chassis. It might look somewhat bizarre, but it's actually a pretty effective tank destroyer armed with a capable 90mm gun. The M48 Patton and the M60 that later became the backbone of the US MBT line were both based on the heavily modernized Pershing platform. As highly versatile tanks that prioritized ease of use, they proudly brought the core concept of the M26 into the new age. That's why playing tanks of the Pershing series is an excellent way to get ready for the mid to high ranks of the American tech tree. By the way, what do you think about the venerable M26? Tell us in the comments below.